Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 1 with our Hardened Scales deck. This is an iffy hand. This really needs help. It has no aggression. I think we're going to try it just to see what we are on the draw and see if we can draw into something decent here. If not, this is going to be a terrible hand for us. We do have the Tuskguard Captain that we might be able to get out on time on turn 3. Chronicler of Heroes we don't want so far without being able to draw a card. But we do have action on turn number 1 and number 2 with the Hardened Scales. So Battle-Priest is not what I wanted to see, but we'll go ahead and throw the Hardened Scales out. It looks like we're going up against a rug deck. I haven't seen I guess Temur is the right proper term we're supposed to use now. I haven't seen Temur in a long time. I mean, it's been so flooded with Mardu and Abzan lately that yeah, haven't seen that at all. See, now, Satyr Grovedancer will actually be decent here. I think it is over another... It's better than another Hardened Scales, because we can Satyr Grovedancer. And this is a 3-3 on turn 2. That's exactly what you want to see. Okay, we want to use this. And then, yep, so that is exactly why the card is in the deck. Not too shabby. And then next turn, let's hope for a land. And then we can throw out the Chronicler of Heroes, draw a card, and we'll be in great shape. So, a Plukranos on top and a Courser, so it's going to be a very monstrous deck. We do not draw into the land that we needed, so we'll put out another Hardened Scale, and then we will attack in with the Satyr Grovedancer. Because he won't block here, he'll be thinking a Defiant Strike is coming. Yep. So I bluffed him there. That's why you always attack. There was no reason not to attack. He's going to be able to put out a Plukranos, and that's going to be very hard for us to deal with. Hopefully the Chronicler of Hero will be able to get us back in this game by drawing cards. We need to keep our Satyr Grovedancer alive, and we need one of these Outlasts to actually come out and then activate an Outlast. But unfortunately, the Courser Crewfix is going to give him some card advantage and give him some stability in life. But again, hopefully we can find the answers. Plukranos is pretty rough, especially when it comes out on time, because there's not much I can do against a 5-5 that can fight. So I'm going to be taking 2 here from the Courser. And we do draw into a land, but it is the wrong type of land. At least it will let us scry. So we needed this last turn. And I'm going to put anything on that. We'll put that on top. That's fine, because it does allow us to cast the Battle-Priest. So yeah, I think we just pass a turn. You know what? I could actually bluff into a Plukranos with the Satyr Grovedancer. Because again, he's got to think that I've got some sort of answer, but we'll just pass a turn. If I draw into like a Feat of Resistance, that's pretty powerful as well. And again, I will be drawing some cards here. And I'm going to be gaining some life next turn from the Radiant Fountain. Now, Sarkon's going to be an issue to deal with. I wonder what he's splashing blue for. Maybe just the Saruk, or the Radiclaw Mystic, or the 4-4 for 3 mana, I'm sure, is in here as well. He does have a lot of tap lands, though, so we might not see Courser or Plukranos come out on time as much as... I mean, he had it 3rd turn and 4th turn, respectively, and with playing so many tap lands... Alright, so he does take care of that. That actually hurts big time. And so I take, yeah, loads of damage. He can still Monstrous off. So it's going to be Radiant Fountain to gain some life. And it's going to be Battle-Priest, I believe. Because that way we can Outlast it next turn and cast the Chronicler. But he can go... Ooh, am I just dead here if he casts the Sarkon? Let's see, 4, 9, 10, 11. I go to a 1. And he's got a Storm Breath coming up too, so just an aggressive, hasty. The good news is, though, that we had probably the slowest draw imaginable for this deck. If we go like 1st turn Soldier Pantheon, 2nd turn, we should be okay. So 5, let's see, so 9, 10, 11. I just have to take it. I can't afford the Battle-Priest to go down here. But I don't know if there's much I can do here. I need some miracles. And the only thing I could do here is Outlast. And see, there you go. So he's a 6-5. That's how fast they can get big. And Chronicler of Heroes, but this isn't going to do it for us. This will just draw us a card. and we'd have a Plains. But everything just came out of sequence. We're actually going to lose this one. We'll go to the sideboard here. I will bring in like Banishing Lights and Suspension. Suspension Fields and Banishing Lights seem very good. I don't think I need like Ordeal of Heliod or even like Hunt the Weeks are going to come out. Reclamation Sage I could bring in against the Courser, but I don't think it's necessary. Bow of Nylea is kind of interesting in this, but I think that's the cut is going to be the Bow of Nylea. I don't think we need like to give ourselves first strike. He's kind of slow. We want to be way more fast. I do like the Falconer in this type of matchup, and I do like the Ajani Steadfast. So just one card needs to come out, and I really think it's going to be just maybe a Chronicler of Heroes. No, it's going to be a Tuskguard Captain. I think is going to be the right one to cut here. So we'll bring in kind of this control route, and we'll submit this. Now we want a really aggressive draw, so yes, we'd like to play first. And this is actually, it's okay. It's okay. It's got two double Soldier Pantheons that are going to come out a little bit weird. I think I'm going to keep it. I don't like this hand, but I don't think it's mulliganable, because if you go down, I'd want a 3-land hand. I'd keep the double Soldier Pantheon Satyr, but these tap lands are definitely going to be bad for us. So I'm going to Temple first turn. And I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to bottom the Soldier of the Pantheon at this point. It gets a little bit redundant when you have 3. Best case scenario, if I draw into a Plains, I'll be okay because I can double Soldier. And there's a Pridemate. That's actually might be better. We're going to try it. We're going to try the Pridemate. Because then we can go Blossoming Sands and then on the following turn, and then we can play a Satyr Grovedancer or a Soldier. I'm going to try the Pridemate. So hopefully he doesn't have a turn 2 like it. Well, Charioteers won't hurt us too much. It'll help him ramp. But I hope it's just another tap land, and we can get in there for some damage. It is not. It's a Wooded Foothills. And a Lightning Strike. Okay. So that puts us back of what we wanted to do. I think what we'll do here is I'm going to Soldier the Pantheon. And then I'm going to Satyr Grovedancer. And we're going to put it on the Soldier of the Pantheon. And then, unfortunately, if he puts out like a Courser or Crewfix next turn, I could be in a lot of problems. Especially with we have way too many lands. I need to draw into a Chronicler would be the best draw next turn. But, I mean, any sort of like another Lightning Strike would be bad for us. A Magma Jet would be bad. So I really didn't put him on. Well, Ajani's Pridemate I still think was a better play than just casting like a Soldier last turn. We'll see how this pans out. So it's just a Charioteers. That's not the greatest for a turn 2 play. So we'll be able to get in for some damage here. And the Feat of Resistance will be good. We can protect everything from here on out. I wonder if he even risks blocking the Grovedancer here. Yeah, we can't. Unfortunately, we can't get this big enough. So I'm thinking actually here, yeah, we get in it for free damage just because he doesn't know what's in our deck. That's the good news about running a more unknown or rogue deck is your opponents haven't played against that specific deck, and they sometimes don't know what's in there. So again, Blossoming Sands is kind of awkward here. I wish we could put a Soldier Pantheon out and protect it, and then throw down the Soldier. a Stormbreath Dragon to be pretty rough. Anything he casts next turn is actually be very rough for us. We definitely need some help. So it's a Hornet's Nest. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent against us. Another Grovedancer. Hornet's Nest, yeah, Hornet's Nest is very, very good. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out Grovedancer number 2. And we'll throw it on a Soldier of the Pantheon. Yeah, I wouldn't really have any way to deal with the Hornet's Nest. It's going to get at least... So I'm going to get in here for everything. I'm going to attack him with everything and just hope that I can deal enough damage and get in with a feat of resistance eventually. But these Death Touchers are going to be very hard. I can't just not be active here. I have to be proactive. And he will block a soldier. And take 4. But he gets 3 dudes. Which are going to be, again, extremely tough for us to deal with. As it can definitely wipe my board with those flying Death Touchers. There's a Courser. He puts a Back to Nature in his deck. I only have 4 enchantments total, I believe, in my entire deck. So, oh yeah, I do have a bow, and a bow would be awesome here if I could actually draw into it. But it's another land. That's not good for us. I think that I just have to attack. Those insects are just... I could keep an insect alive, but I think I just get... I'm completely just shut down here by the Hornet's Nest. There's really no way. I'd have to draw into... We have our flying guy. No, these are flying Death Touch. We have a trample guy. No, I cut him. Yeah, not looking good for us. We'll just pass the turn. And then probably proceed to get outdrawn here. He hasn't drawn any lands. He's still stuck on, I don't know what's in his hand that he hasn't been able to cast. The Back to Nature is useless at this point. I mean, the bow will be nice. The bow can start machine gunning down his insects if we draw into the bow. And other than that, yeah, it's just not looking good. So there's his landing needs off the top. So Courser's going to do exactly what Courser wants to do. Stormbreath's coming up. Stormbreath is going to be able to really put a damper on our strategy. I need to like draw Hardened Scales. No, Hardened Scales would be bad. Chronicler would be the best thing to draw into at the moment. But there's Stormbreath number 1, which is going to do 4 damage. He's got Stormbreath number 2 coming up. And he's going to keep back those insects. And it's really, really going to be Hornet's Nest that is going to be the one that... Ooh, that's pretty decent. That's actually amazing. That was the card we needed to draw into. Because it gives him first strike. Oh, yeah. That was a great card. So I actually don't know if we just put counters on everything. Or we can... Yeah, first strike will make him so he doesn't block. He takes Stormbreath Dragon, though, the following turn. We lose it. We lose Steadfast, though, if we put counters on each creature. Yeah, I think that's the best we can do. Because Vigilance and Lifelink, I could give it to one guy, get in there for possibly 4 damage and 4 lifelink, and then he'd have to tack 2 in. But yeah, he just blocks, and I lose everything. So, I'm going to pass the turn. Maybe I should have waited with the Steadfast. See what we draw into next turn. Or could I just get in here with the Grovedancers? I don't think he wants to chance it with his Courser. Let's see if he does. And I'm okay with that. I do lose both my Grovedancers. He only has one more Death Toucher back. But this gives us a better chance. With 2/4/3s out, we still have a feat up. I mean, I'm going to take some insane damage from the Stormbreath Dragon coming out here, number 2. He might actually just keep one back. And they have pro white. That's very hard for me to deal with in every aspect, as it I can't suspension field or banishing light it. Yep. Definitely the right play. I think what he does at this point is he just keeps one back. He's in no rush. But he chooses to go into Ajani and 4 into me. That's going to work out for me, because if I draw into... Still not much that I can draw into. The Giant's Pridemate's bad at this point. I think we want to lose one soldier to an insect. We have to attack in, though. We have to try to get some damage. Now I could protect my guy, give him pro green, but then the other one dies to a lightning strike. Next turn, I wanted to actually use the mana for the lightning strike, and then I can feed a resistance, but I'm only getting it for 4 here. I could actually see him throwing the Courser under the bus at this point. And yep, that's fine. I'm gonna get him down to an 8. Throw out a Pridemate. And really, my only hope is to draw into any sort of... Yeah, I don't even know what can get me out of this here. Maybe a Falconer. The lifelink guy wouldn't be bad, but at this point you got to think he's going to keep back a Stormbreath Dragon. And that puts him up to the pivotal 9. I'm 2 turns away from just dying to the Stormbreath Dragon. And Anger. Anger's interesting. He's still got a lightning strike as well. And that's going to be game. Our opponent has disconnected. I'm just going to concede the game here, because no matter what I do, if I try to feed a resistance, he lightning strikes in response. And there's no way in 2 turns we can take care of this this guy. So I'm just gonna call it good here. The Angers is gonna, yep, everything survives except his Caryatid. 2 mana still open, and Lightning Strike in the hand. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again, and hope to see you soon.